What's up, Red Nation? Welcome to another episode of Let's Run It Back. I'm your host, VA Rocket Man. The Rockets fall to the Utah Jazz tonight, 100-89. Very tough game. Just didn't have that energy tonight. Didn't bring it. The Jazz definitely played a little harder than we did tonight. That's probably due to just the short rotation we had tonight. A lot of players out injured. We have like 7 guys on the injured list, including Chris Paul, who was still suspended. Luckily, he'll be back on Friday for the game against the Clippers. We definitely miss his presence tonight. James Harden tried to lead us, but unfortunately, he couldn't lead us to victory. And more concerning, he went out late in the game with the injury. So hopefully he's fine. Nothing serious going on with him. Biggest takeaways from this loss, Eric Gordon is struggling mightily this season. He has not found his shot so far this season. I don't know if it's the trade rumors he's been a part of or he just doesn't have it so far this season. We're definitely going to need his scoring if we're going to get back to where we want to be, which was the Western Conference Finals and hopefully the Finals this season. Definitely going to need his scoring off the bench or when he has to start. He cannot go 0 for whatever he was tonight. I know he made a couple shots late in the game, which is encouraging. Hopefully he can carry that over to the next game, but he can't go that cold, especially with Chris Paul being out. We definitely need him to go next to James Harden. Carmelo played a little bit better tonight. He got in more minutes. I know due to the short bench, he was able to get some isolation plays, which is his thing, which is his comfort zone. So when Chris Paul comes back and the other guys come back into the rotation, I worry a little bit because I know he won't get those kind of plays called for him, but hopefully he can still improve on that three-point shot and not be hesitant to want to dribble or back the ball down or go ISO when he has an open three. PJ Tucker brought the energy, of course, always. Clint Capella definitely was bothered by Rudy Gobert tonight. Didn't play with that toughness that we saw him play against him in the Western Conference semis this last season. Dominated Gobert in that series. This game tonight, Gobert really just took it to him. Really challenged every shot. Capella was just kind of timid going against him tonight, so hopefully he can also bounce back and we get that energy that we're used to from Clint. Very short bench tonight. Like I said, most of our players were out. Really the only guy we had coming off the bench was Carmelo. Gerald Green gave us a couple minutes. Did make a few good defensive plays, but his shot hasn't been falling either this season. So biggest takeaway is, man, first we got to get healthy. Definitely helps that we're getting Chris Paul back. Hopefully James Harden isn't injured seriously. And we just get this thing rolling, man. We have the talent. We have everything you need. This team definitely has the experience. Most of these guys went to the conference finals last year, all the way to Game 7, as you know. And, all these guys are capable of doing what we need them to do. We just have to gel. I know there's a lot of new guys that have to get used to the way we play, but hopefully we can just get this thing on the roll, man. 1-3 is not how any of us, I know, we envision getting started this season. We don't really normally start the seasons off too slow, so this is maybe it's a good thing. We're getting the losing out early, and then we'll go on a long win streak or something. So, with that being said, just another tough loss tonight versus a good team, but also a little encouraging. The last 2 games against 2 good teams without Chris Paul, we've managed to stay in the game. So encouraging sign that if we have him on the court, most likely we win both of those games. So glad that he's coming back on Friday versus his old team and the Clippers. Just look forward to this team going on a run. I know we're capable of doing it. I know Mike D'Antoni talked about a little bit of the mental part of the game, mental part of this team today. Hopefully we can catch that fire. Hopefully it's not a hangover from the loss last season, and we can just get this thing moving. So, as always, Thank you for watching my videos. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'm VA Rocket Man. I'll be back with you Friday night after the game against the LA Clippers. As always, go Rockets.